Hi everyone, nice to see you. Today I'm going to read an article about the strange barrier. So, in the 2017, archaeologists discovered the remaining of the Bronze Age chief, a town in the west of England. They find in historians interesting artifacts with which he was buried wet. So he was very important. Plus, the manners of his burials was scientifically different from other burials at that time. So, interestingly, the chief was buried with the heads and hooves on 4 categories around 4,200 years ago. Carbon dating was remained that the remaining. So, which were found in an area where a skateboard is to be built, date back to the Bronze Age. Archaeologist Andy Hood, who helped to execute the site, said that it was common for the Bronze Age chief to be buried with the skulls and hood of a single category. But that's until none has been discovered with multiple ones of that remaining in England, in the UK. So, the chief was buried at the center of a pit. At that time, the soil would have been piled up on top. Near the chief, within the circles, were remains of the older man, who was about 50 to 60 years old when he died. Newspapers have suggested that the older man was the priest who has sacrificed to help the chief in the afterlife. However, archaeologists say there's no evidence to support the ideas at all. They're right. So, the reason for this unique possibility, the state of the chief and relationship between two men may remain a mystery forever, because we do not have the evidence to support that idea. So, it's so interesting, don't you think? So the strange barrier is one of the articles that tells us about death, guys. So that's nice, because that's not really nice at all. But did you know, guys? So a strange barrier, because this was discovered the remainings of the Bronze Age chief at a town in the west of England instead. And they believe that an old man has sacrificed his life to help the chief. But there's no evidence to support that idea. So this will still remain a mystery forever. We will never know, and we will never guess. This will remain a mystery forever. And we solve it, we could be a genius. We could be awarded. We could be, oh my gosh, there's so much to tell you. So it's really hard. But if there's evidence, we could support the idea. But if there's not, no. So speaking of that, I just said everything has had to have evidence to prove if it's true or not. So if we do not have evidence, what will we think? What will we think? Is it going to be true or false? So nowadays we need evidence, not just plain old ones, but important ones too. Evidence help us to prove things that we are definitely on it. So that's why it's important to have evidence. So that's the end of our lesson. And remember, guys, if you do anything but saw anyone do it, don't let him rule the evidence, because the evidence are important. They're like a part of our body that supports us, like a brain, like that. So we had to have evidence, or else we cannot prove anything. So they'll get away with that, and we do not want them to get away. So that's all I wanted to say, guys. Bye.